Okay, finally guys, we should be on live from the trading room. So hi everyone, my name is Ruben, as usual, making trading room here at the 5ers. Let me know in the chat if you hear me good, if everything is okay. Yeah, Alex, I'm here with a small delay, but that's fine. I had a small technical issue. So hi. There was a news this morning regarding the, let's say, in Europe, we got, I don't know, Putin that asked some soldiers to come back to war or something like that. It's affected the market, the euro dollar, and the pound as well, that went down for a few hours earlier. Actually, the market is in a range, probably waiting for the news today. Guys, a reminder, we have this evening a huge big impact news with the release of the numbers on interest rate in US. They want, actually, the Fed is trying to diminish the inflation rate in US, and for that they increasing interest rate. So from here, nothing bad, but the inflation is so high that they need to hike interest rate also in a constant way. So actually, if I will give you actually the numbers, all the market, but also the Fed, let's say the market is expecting a provision of an increase of 0.75 points for the interest rate, and there are some rumors and some analysts that think that the Fed can increase the interest rate not from 0.75 but to 1 point, and this will be a huge surprise for the market. And if it's happened, we're gonna have huge movement, I believe, in the downside if this happened. But let's look actually the numbers that we have. Let me share the screen. Okay, so here we are. Today we have, you see, the FOMC meeting, which is the release numbers of the interest rate. You see, actually, the interest rate in US, it's 2.50. The forecast is 3.25%. So we expect the interest rate to be increased by 0.75 points. If the actual numbers will goes out as 3.50%, they're gonna be a huge problem. I believe that the stock market will crash, by 3-4%, like we had last week with the CPI news. The dollar will be stronger, so the euro dollar will fall, the pound dollar will fall. The dollar index in general will bounce up. The fact is that if the number is 3.25, it will be okay for the market. That's what I think. Unfortunately, it will be this evening for us, so you guys should be very careful regarding that. I don't know if you guys, if you're a day trader, try to be flat. If you're a swing trader, try to maybe reduce the position. Try to be careful. There are going to be some volatility here, and of course we don't want to predict. We don't know what will be the numbers, but that's what we have to stand for. All good. Thank you for the feedback, guys, on the chat. What time is the news? 9 p.m. I believe it might be Eastern time here. It's 4 p.m. So it's in 5 hours. It will be in 5 hours. Yeah. And then just after, so here we will have the interest rate, and 30 minutes after we're gonna have the conference, the FOMC conference from just forgot his name. Powell. Powell, sorry. So Powell, we're going to have a press conference. We will see what he have to talk about the market. But in any case, guys, be ready. For me, I believe that those news really like, because it gives some volatility, some opportunities on a very short term. You know, scalping this type of event can be very dangerous, can be very difficult. But if you have enough experience and enough discipline to manage your risk properly, you know, it can be a very fruitful, successful trading session. So of course I'm going to be in front of my screen later on today. I don't know what news, but we had gold going up and euro falling. I realize these were related. Yeah, Lucian, that's correct. We had a news today regarding Putin. Let's find here on you know, Putin news, you know. Okay. Yeah, Putin announced partial mobilization and threatens nuclear retaliation in escalation. Okay, so that's what actually we have regarding the euro this morning. Russia President threatens West with nuclear retaliation, saying we'll use all the means at our disposal. So, you know, actually maybe Putin, I don't know, is maybe he's a bit afraid. Maybe he's only, you know, warning Europe that a war can be continued and even increase in terms of fights and battles. So, you know, it's affect actually the euro dollar. We will see just here. Okay, so this was actually when we got the news. Okay, the market went down around 70 pips in the euro dollar, and same for the pound. Okay, so this is the how the market react from this news. Of course, in the pound it's also 70 pips dropping a down movement. Here you see after this news the market is you know, on a range, probably waiting for the news today. Here, if you guys, I already explained that this type of market structure, when you know and how you know to identify this type of market, it can be very fruitful to trade those zone in as a scalp trader. Okay, here you can sell one time, you can buy here at the bottom until the consolidation zone is finished. Okay, so here it's a nice area to play in the range until the market breaks it, and you will get out by a stop loss, for example, or by a take profit. Okay, it depends when it will break. In the euro, it's quite the same. We had this zone here, the market bounce up and then goes back, so we have probably on a higher range, actually right the middle of the range. So this is why actually euro dollar and pound dollar pushed down. And regarding gold, this is actually the news. Okay, so you know, guys, that when there is when the market is on a risk-off environment, when there is war, when there is a geopolitical issue, gold and the dollar, for example, are safe assets. So investors want to put their money on gold and on the dollar when we have an uncertainty regarding war, and that's actually what's happening here on gold. And that's also why oil pushed this morning as well. Okay, maybe we will see. Actually, I will try to give you the chart of oil, and that's also why I'm still holding the dollar CAD position. I will explain why after. You see, you remember, guys, it's the position I start building on Monday. Okay, and I'm still comfortable by holding it, also because there is the situation of okay, let me hold on, let me find that. Okay, so this is actually the this is after the news of Putin talking about war between Russia and Ukraine. So oil pushed up, you know, it's the same. Russia is a huge producer of oil, so when there is an uncertainty, the market pushed up. But also in general, it's also a technical point when we discussed about it on Monday already. Okay, you see it was the 85, 84 levels. Here is a key zone. Even here there is a downtrend. I believe we can have some support at least here, bouncing a bit to 91, and that's also why I'm keep holding the dollar CAD position. Okay, so we're starting by opening here. I don't know if you remember, guys, we start by opening the market here, and then we reinforce here. I reinforced my position here. The market went down around 100 pips. I'm still holding it because it's a swings position. The market turned back, and I increased my exposure earlier today here after the news with Putin. I'm keeping this position. I'm very comfortable actually. So so you see, we'll still expecting the market going back at least maybe to the top of the range here. That would be already a nice push down, but the objective for me will be to attract the price at the average of this movement. So here there is a beginning of an overextended movement in the dollar CAD. Maybe that we know that there is a news today regarding the CPI. So not the CPI, sorry, the interest rate in US in the evening. It's a swing position, so I will keep that on, expecting a movement on my side. If not, my stop loss, I will manage my stop loss just before the news. And here we are, so we will hold it. How Ruben, can we get netting accounts for instant funding models? Please, no, this is not possible. It's only hedging accounts for instant funding. And here the Nasdaq also is, waiting for the news of today. The market find a support here. Here the market is making triangle. You see accumulation. We have not a big movement either on the upside or on the downside. We'll see what we will have on the opening in the next 15 minutes. But what is sure is that I'm not expecting a huge movement actually before the news. So I will wait for the opening. Might be, actually the market is pushing on the upside before the market opens. I will be probably having a short scalp at the opening. Probably having a sell at this zone, which is a supply here on the M15 chart, and this is also coordinating with the trend line that we just find. Okay, the market all the time having bounce and then going down. I'm not expecting here the market to have a huge breakout on the upside before the news in the interest rate. So let's wait for this setup on for a short position on the Nasdaq. So this will be my first entry. This will be my second entry if we break it, in order to average my entry, and that's probably what I'm waiting for. So let's wait for the next 15 minutes, and we're gonna make some scalping in the Nasdaq. And again, nothing happened in the pound dollar. You see it's ups and down, 20 pips ups, 20 pips down. Nothing until we will break out here. You see the market is consolidating until we break. And it was the same case here, guys. Wait, no, this is not that. Okay, during the Asian session, before Putin start talking, the market was in a range also. And also in the dollar CAD, we have here. So this is a bit more complex to trade. It's like making a new high all the time. So we know that the dollar CAD is on actually an uptrend. But I expect this distribution to be down and break on the downside to go back. If at the opening in the next 12 minutes, the markets keep pushing on the upside, I will add my last entry probably. But after that, I want there is the news actually this evening. Let me check where is the dollar index. Yeah, so we had this opportunity on Monday. Okay, when the market dropped down, I explained that this was a short-term zone to enter. So for people that were actually short dollar here, probably 100 pips in the euro dollar or in the dollar CAD, for example, in my way, you see I starting opening the position around here. So this is the movement I was talking for. Okay, it's a 90 pips movement, and then the market breaked out earlier today. This is the news probably because of Putin talk, and here we stand at the top of the dollar index. I think we reached we break actually the top. Yeah, let's see the markets react actually. It's like a flag here. See, guys, this is the Euro CHF. I'm still looking for this chart for a while already, and the market keep dropping down. We didn't had any reaction here at the bottom. This is quite huge. Here on the H1 we have a demand. We can have some scalping here already. Some people react here around 40 pips, and then probably here 25 pips, and here the same. So nice good scalping here for traders that keep reacting with this demand, but it seems the market want to push lower actually. Yeah, you see we have this. And actually you see that stochastics is even not below 20, so we might probably break below that. But here might be also an opportunity to make a trade if the market breaks below and I don't know, an overextended movement. You know, I might be actually buying here, waiting for retracement. We see all the time the market dropped and stochastics was below 20, start crossing, the market make a small bounce. Okay, so let's find it out. We'll wait a bit more. Okay, so we have the Euro CHF, the Nasdaq, that we might have a spot to enter, and yeah, I will still be looking at the euro and the pound meanwhile, the dollar CAD as well. Gold here is not so much interesting, but it's like making a round top. You see, we had the top here, another top. We might be falling from here. You see, to respect, this is like a huge area here. So also gold is very rangy on a H1 chart. Pound New Zealand. Let's look at Pound New Zealand meanwhile. This is the type of pairs I don't like to trade. It's quite very difficult. You see like this. You see a lot of pin bar, and then breakout, and then we go back. I think we talked about Pound New Zealand already, maybe a few weeks ago, a few months ago, and we know we identified this. It was very easy to find support that we keep reacting. I hope some people here bought already here. But you know, on a daily time frame or H4 time frame, it's quite very difficult to stand. Your mind here will be, you know, over reacting. Here, I just want to do something, buy, go to sleep, guys, and that's it. You know, this is how I feel here about looking at this type of chart. You see this huge pin bar all the time. You can get stopped out by your stop loss if it's too tight. But here, that's the main thing I'm looking for, actually. The market already pushed 500 pips from here, and we had already multiple opportunity to find it. Okay, we had this huge bottom, one touch, second touch, and then the market pushed. So, you know, brain overheating. Yeah, I don't know what you feel, guys, by looking at this type of chart. I just want, yeah, you know, give me your feedback. Maybe you feel comfortable, maybe not. Actually, by looking, even that, you see that on the small side. I don't know if you see that here. What is that? You know, you see, guys, it's 100 pips ups and down with pin bar, opening gap in the evening. This is not the type of chart I would like to trade as a day trader, at least. For a swing trade, I have no problem, but come on. Okay, let's wait for the opening. We have 3 minutes. Whoa, 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 what I did here. Yeah, I know, Lucian. I'm not even looking at the chart. It depends, you know, maybe there are some traders that feel comfortable. But if you are in the same case like me, so that's fine. What my view about the Swiss yen? Yeah, we need to calculate the data here. This is not a gap, guys. Only need to load the data. Could I repeat my plan for Nasdaq? Yes, I will. And again, guys, reminder, disclaimer as usual, the trades I'm going to take or already take is only for an educational purposes, okay? I don't advise you on any trades. You are the only responsible for your trades. And again, from a personal advice, try to stick to your plan, to your risk management. You know, I'm not a 100% success rate as you can find in YouTube, okay? Sometimes it will win, sometimes I will lose. In the long term, if the risk management is correct and I'm disciplined, this might be working. Yeah, I will look at the Swiss yen just after. I think it's an interesting chart. You see, it's a very bullish movement here. Very difficult to open a sell actually here. The market is very bullish, but it depends on which time frame you find that. But let's find here something to do on the Nasdaq. Just opens right now. I want the market to push a little bit up in order to sell. Actually, the market is dropping from here. We'll see. I want to attract a sell here. So actually, my plan here is I'm not expecting a huge movement on the Nasdaq before the interest rate news we have today. So here, you know, if we have a huge movement down, at least to here, I'm gonna buy. But I'm expecting here the market to continue pushing to probably this here or this, and now it will be my 2 entry for selling the market. Okay, so my scenario is to avoid an overextended movement and to take benefit from it. I'm sorry, I'm keeping moving the chart very fast. So sorry for your eyes, guys. I might be here not going into a position, guys. Okay, if I see that the market goes back to I don't know to here and then starting to move up again, I might be not opening anything. But let's find if there is at least a movement. Yeah, guys, let's be patient meanwhile. I also see that the dollar card continue pushing. Yeah, we might have here the dollar. It's like a flag might be pushing here. Might be also here a spot to react as a scalper. But again, I want to attract the extreme zone here. Here on the M1, it gives me a short indicator to go long on during a very few seconds. But yeah, I'm not comfortable actually here on the M15. We are actually at the average. We come back. I want the price to have actually a high above that area, or a closure actually below and go back at least to to here around. How do I stay calm with drawdown? Taking a small shot of vodka and say everything going to be fine. But no, it's a good psychological question. When you go into drawdown, you can take decision by emotion. So the first thing is to be comfortable with the numbers. Okay, here I'm okay to have a holding drawdown of $500 because I hold it already. Like that's something I already experienced a lot of time. So $500 for me is, it's if it's the first time you go into a drawdown for $500, of course you're going to overreact. It's sometimes that it's going over and over, and you already be comfortable with the lot size. That's fine. If suddenly I have a drawdown of 20,000, 30,000, what generally I'm not having this every day. Maybe I'm going to have another reaction. So try to be comfortable with the numbers you stand for. It's like holding a drawdown of $3 and holding a drawdown of $3,000. And that's why at the 5ers, we increase step by step your account. Okay, so you start, for example, with a 6K. So the drawdown will be, I don't know, maybe $30 per position, $50, and then you move to 24K. Then it's a bit higher, and then you try to practice the numbers by, okay, here I'm having a drawdown of $200, that's fine. I'm okay with the risk that I'm taking into the account, and then you grow and so on. So you feel, you try to adapt to each situation. But of course, you don't, if you go with the over leverage and you have a drawdown that you cannot mentally afford, that's something different. So the only thing is numbers, and that's why also trading a demo account is not the same as trading a real account. Okay. Like here, if it's a demo account, if it's minus, I don't know, 20,000, what I care, I will hold the position. But here I have a plan. That's something we start discussing already on Monday. We're gonna see if it's continue pushing up, and with the news we have tonight, of course I'm going to to manage my stop loss a bit tighter. I will see how far the price will go here. I will probably put the stop loss just above the high that we can make during the session. And that's it. I will be okay to take the loss, you know. That's part of trading. Here on Euro CHF, I can probably start by having my first entry. This is not at the bottom yet, but we'll see if the market can push a bit below. I probably had the second entry if the market pushed down. I will put the stop loss very tight. And of course, the best scenario here would be to break out above that high. Okay. So breaking the trend line and breaking this high, and then the market have a chance to go back to the supply here. So it's of course a huge risk reward. A huge risk reward here for the Euro CHF. It's like probably a 1 to 5. Please do 5-hour trades Nasdaq. What do you mean by 5-hour trade? Actually, my plan is to stay flat because it's going actually sideways. You see, I identify just here a point to go long as a scalper because it's resistance, and then we break, and then we test again on the M1 chart. So here it's starting to get already out of those scalpers here that bought already. But I'm in the middle of the range actually, so yeah, I'm feeling comfortable also by opening a long on Euro CHF. Here it seems it's support actually in the euro dollar. We don't want to have a new low before the news that we have in US, and that might be also a positive positive news for me for the trade I just opened. Yeah, but on the Nasdaq it seems we are trying to recover the opening. So I should be focused by having an entry here. The dollar card, we didn't make a new high. That's also good news for me. It depends what are you trading for a self-developed store. Okay, if you trade the bootcamp, the indices are not available. If you trade the instant funding, this is available. You should only to make here show all, you see on the left side. Yeah, that's your nice zone here. See, we had this zone here, M5 is starting to cross below 20. So let's see if the market can break at least this zone. Trying to answer your questions, Enrique. This will be my first TP, okay, for around 30% of my position, and my last TP would be around here. Okay, I'm not greedy to wait until the supply, which is here, but I expect that if we break actually this zone, and we will make a new high after this one, the market can push at least, I don't know, maybe 50 pips more. Yeah, 30 pips, so that's fine. The euro is still okay here. Dollar index again didn't break. Of course, we might break this soon, you know. But again, the context we stand right now, there is a high news here on the this evening with the interest rate. I'm not expecting a huge movement breakout. The market are pushing up, you know. The context here is to wait. The market need to take some preparation for what's going to happen tonight, and then after the market will go, I don't know, maybe 2% here, 2% here, I don't care, but and then we're gonna have the movement. So this is also why I'm keep respecting that the market will trade in a range for a short period of time that we have. I don't know, we have maybe a few hours from the meeting right now. So I'm not expecting also a huge breakout on the upside, but at least respecting some zone. Okay, here the Nasdaq is pushing. I hope I can find another high here when I could open a sell. The market respected very well to that area here. It's like very annoying. You see guys on the pond, for example. Look at, it's annoying. Probably will break out a bit. But again, if you see that the market is starting to be overextended, okay, expect the market to, you know, make a retracement to not having a big movement before the news. So that actually happened earlier today. Maybe the market here would push either way. You know, this also here can be my my first entry, but not. I'm prefer to wait here instead of opening a sell, for example. Here, I want to see the market having a breakout before. Okay, the market's kind of starting to push. I want a bit more. You can put a sell limit also. See, that's totally fine to put a sell limit here. I just got stopped out selling dollar CAD today with full margin. Yeah, that's the problem when you know you don't try to allocate properly the volume for each position. Okay, when you have full margin, full lot size, it's very difficult to manage it because you don't have enough space to let the market play, you know. Yeah, market is losing momentum here on M1. And again here, the pound keep respecting this zone again. I'm not sure that the market will stand like that until this evening, you know. It's still the American session, you know. Well, guys, we approach the end of the session, so I'm going to cut the stream very soon. On the Nasdaq, the market didn't let me the opportunity to enter. I will be focusing with the sell limit I have just here around 11,950, and if the market goes down here, I will also opening a buy. Of course, I want to be flat before the news. So this is only for day trade in the next few hours that we have. I don't want to have a positions before the release of interest rate this evening. So this is for the Nasdaq. For the dollar CAD, I'm still holding that. I will also be looking at what's happening in the oil market. And finally, the Euro CHF. You see, it's only the beginning of the position. Risk reward is quite high here, so I'm very comfortable. If the dollar index break out on the upside, this will likely go to my stop loss. Same for the euro dollar. You see, if the market break down below that point, okay, so I probably will get stopped out in the euro CHF. So that's fine. Okay, I'm just need to hold, be patient, and that's it. Well, guys, thank you very much for being with me during that session. Be careful with this evening. We have Powell meeting and the release of the news of the numbers of interest rate in US. So guys, be careful. I don't know if you want to be flight, if you want to hold the position, but what is sure, be ready for the event tonight. Guys, thank you for being with me. We meet each other next Monday for the weekly forecast as usual. Goodbye, guys. Love you. Goodbye.